Hello and welcome to Method Integration User Tutorials. My name is Errol and we are going through a series of videos on Method CRM's Outlook plugin. In today's video, we are going to see how to use that plugin with our email. Note, if you haven't installed the plugin, we have a video that can help you right here. Okay, I'm checking my email as I always do, and I see this email come in. It's from a Jane Doe and she is interested in my company. A new lead! I should add her as a lead to Method CRM. See at the top, we have this button, Add to Method. When I click it, I get this first step, which is Search Your Clients. If Jane Doe existed, she would have showed up in this area here. But she doesn't exist, so I want to add her. I will click this New Contact Lead Customer Vendor button. And as you can see, it's defaulted to customer, and the lead status only is already checked. Now I can fill in all the information I have about this lead, which is just her name and a cryptic email, so I will just hit save and close. And look, she shows up now. That means she's been successfully added to Method CRM. But I'm not done yet. I'm going to hit next because I want to add an activity in Method that I received her email. These are best practices of CRM. The second step will list out cases and opportunities we have with this client, which is currently none. All I want to do is add an activity, so I'll keep just add an activity for this contact selected and hit next. Okay, let's add in activity details. I just want to log that I got an email from her, so I'll put that in the comments and I will set the status to complete and then click add to method. Now I will verify that this was added to method. Normally, you don't need to do this, but I can tell you folk don't trust me, so I'm going to prove it. Here I am in the Leads tab, and look, there she is. There's Jane Doe. Ha! You can edit this lead, make any updates you want, but I don't need to, so I'm going to go back. While I'm here, I'll check out activities just to show you. Let me change the filter view to My Occurrences, and then search for Doe, a deer, a female deer. Haha. Oh. And there it is, the activity that I completed. See, it works. I'm not done with Jane though, I want to email her back. So here in Outlook, I will hit reply. I will ask her to give me a call. And at the top here, you see two buttons. One is to send the email, and with it you can add an activity, case, or opportunity. And the second one allows you to get an address. I want to include my employee May in this email, so I will click address. Here we go, I will type in May and then hit search. And there she is. Let me click the CC field down here, and then I'll double click May's contact, and that will add her address into the CC field that I selected. Cool. I'll just hit OK. And now let's send this using the Method Send button. It warns us that the program is trying to access email information. I'm okay with that, so I'll just allow it for 10 minutes. I could turn that off in the security settings, but this is a tutorial on Outlook plugin, not Windows. Now you may be wondering why send it with the Method Send button and not the normal send. The reason is you want to log all your activity with your clients. Every email you send and receive, you should make an activity. Anyway, we're back here. You should remember this. The difference is Jane Doe is now in our Method database, so she shows up here. I will double click her name and it advances to the next step. And I just want to add an activity, so I'll hit next. And once again, I must fill in details for the activity. I'll comment that I emailed her expecting a phone call, and I will also schedule a follow-up just in case she doesn't call back. I have a history of that. Schedule that for Monday. And now let's send that off. Let's click add to method. And we're done. The email was sent and the activities were created. Should I go back to Method to show you those activities in case you don't believe me? Probably, but I'll make you trust me on this. The next email I have is Bob Crenshaw's email about an error. Let's log this in Method. I'll click Add to Method, and look! The plugin recognizes him and brings up his customer information. Super handy. I'll double click his name and that takes us to the next step. Now if you've seen my cases video, you know this is part of an actual case. Let me uncheck this to show closed cases. And there it is. If I double click it, it will take me to the details of that case. For this example, I will reopen this case by setting the status to in progress. And I want to create an activity, so let's go to the Activity Details tab. I want to keep track of this in the case that he emailed me, so I'll change the type to email incoming. And I will just add this in the comments that he wrote me with the same problem, and I reopen the case. Okay, let's add that to Method by clicking this button. And now I am going to send him an email. Hit reply. Ask him for a meeting on Monday at the office at 2 p.m. Now hit the Method Send button. It asks us for access again, which we allow for 10 minutes. We're back here again. Double click Bob's name to go to the second step. Double click the case. Click the Activities Detail tab. Change the type to email outgoing since I'm sending an email. Enter comments that we emailed him and we are setting up a follow-up activity for a meeting. And now by checking this off, I will schedule a follow-up and schedule that follow-up for next week, Monday. Okay, add to method, and we're done. The email was sent. Activities were added to method. Now I know you're all wanting proof that this worked. So here I am in the Cases tab, and look, there's the case, and it's been reopened. If I click Last Activity, this is the activity I put in when I sent him an email for the meeting request. I'll close that, and if I click Next Activity, this is the follow-up meeting that I created for Monday. And we are done. We've successfully used the Method CRM Outlook plugin. If you have any more questions, you can check out the documentation on our Help Center, or you can leave a comment in YouTube, and you can tweet us at Method CRM. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye!